because they hungry like they ain't won one. You know what I'm saying? Like that was what makes them dangerous. They going after it like everybody else. They think themselves one of 32. And everybody trying to go for after the same thing. That's why they killed all that repeat talk and all that stuff. And that's fine. And I get that because that's the way it should be as a team. But as a fan, oh, hell no. I'm insufferable like a mug. I'm talking my shit everywhere. And I'm telling everybody, I don't care about your feelings. I promise you, when people tell me I need to humble myself, no, you humble yourself. I ain't here to make you feel better. No. You're not transferring. You're not going to transfer all your fears on me to make you feel better. Hell no, I'm riding this till the wheels fall off. Yeah, we going to win another one. Now, and that's what happened. That's why Micah got traded. Ha ha. I'm stomping him in the ground. I'm insufferable.
Simone with the Fizzorts in the building. What up, sis?
Hey, Simone, how are you?
Is she in the building or just a picture?
No, she's in
she's in the building. You know what I mean? Hey, she's ghosty right now. She's a little ghosty right now. You know what I mean? But look, this team mentality is definitely different from the 2018 team. There was a lot of unknown. Even with the quarterback position, like if you think about it, because Carson Wentz was coming off a season-ending, ACL, PCL, all that stuff was wrong with his knee, and he was trying to rush back. So the whole offseason was like, who is going to be the quarterback? Is it Carson Wentz or Nick Foles? Is it Carson Wentz or Nick Foles? But this team right here, like I said in the beginning, on defense, there's only 2 positions out of the whole 53 men. Like the 22 starters. It's only 2 positions that we are feared of. Is the CB2,
DB and safety.
And the safety. That's it. So we are good. And the same defensive coordinator coming back, right? I mean, so the defense, got better. And I mean, with a Jahan Campbell, a top 10, top 15 pick, and now he fell to us to the point where he's hurting his own players. We got to calm him down.
Yeah.
So I can't wait to see how Big Benji unleash him on the enemy. So I feel like that this defense is like preparing for something that we have not seen before. If only we have confidence in those 2 positions. Marcus Epps coming back. Hey, that's great. So we got to talk about that, but we'll see what happens.
Have you realized that all of us have been on here for at least 40 minutes? It took 40 minutes before Jahan Campbell's name came up. We said all this stuff about the team. MJ went on his thing. Tom talked his talk. I said my thing. Berg, everybody said something, and nobody brought up Jahan Campbell's name at all until you just did.
Yeah.
It's just that much good on good in terms of the things that we have to address. Are we perfect? No. And listen, I'm not dumb. Y'all know the Dallas Cowboys has had 7 days to process what the fuck just happened yesterday. Okay? So that means that in 7 days, next Thursday, we're going to get a very emotional and angry team. And we the first ones they get the hit on. So I'm not saying it, I'm saying as a word of as being someone who is keenly aware of our situation, you know what I'm saying, and understanding, it I don't know. I just think that, I'm not saying they're going to beat us, but I'm just saying be aware of what kind of team we're going to be dealing with. They're going to be emotional, y'all.
I'm not even worried about the Cowgirls like that, for real. Maybe I should be. What's the Vegas spread right now? I think that's how you need to worry about it. The Vegas spread
it's got to have changed. It's got to have changed. It's got to have changed right now. They're not okay. Check on your friends. And if you haven't already, folks, please hit the like and subscribe button. Y'all know how we need to get the algorithm going. It needs to be good to us. And in order for that to happen, we need y'all to just hit that button for us. Hook us up. What's up?
So let's go about it. Let's talk about. I want everybody to go around and tell me your favorite offseason pickup for this team this year, going into the week one. And then what was a player that you wish was still on the team? I guess what I'm saying, someone that got cut that you thought maybe should have stayed. We'll start with you, Tom.
My favorite offseason pickup, I like Josh Uche. I think he's going to be a really serviceable backup, more than serviceable. I think he'll give us a big boost off the edge. Getting a veteran. He's not an old veteran. He's just got a couple years under his belt, and I think he's showed some really high highs. And now he's fighting for a new contract. He's only on a 1-year deal, so he'll be playing hard. And I think that's really important. So I like Josh Uche. With Josh Sweat leaving, you're going to need some edge rush help there. So I thought that was really important. And then player that I wish was back on the team that I thought got released, and I have to say C.J. Gardner-Johnson. I loved watching him play, but things happen, and wish him the best in Houston. But we got to go with next man up, and we'll see who that is.
MJ, you're muted.
Oh, you're muted, bro.
Ooh, I say, man, Jahai Campbell. Gotta do Jahai Campbell because he was the perfect addition to this defense. Like, for as long as I can remember, the Eagles linebackers was always a weak spot. And it was always a running joke with Howie Roseman, like, you don't care about the linebackers. You got Shaq Barrett, 2023, Shaq Barrett, like, respectfully, because old as dirt right now. So I think getting Jahai Campbell with Nakobe Dean being out, that's perfect. And now Jahai is in a system where Zach Bond, defensive player of the year candidate. You got Jeremiah Trotter Jr., who is trying his best to win that starting spot. And he did a damn good job. It's just Jahai Campbell is different, but that's the best case scenario because it makes Jahai Campbell even better. And then a guy who –
it's a good problem to have.
It's a good problem to have. And a guy that we lost that I'm just like, man, is Isaiah Rodgers. And this is because I knew Darius Slay was going to leave because we can't give him the $10 million that the Steelers gave. But you're telling me Isaiah Rodgers signed with the Vikings for 2 years, $11 million. Now, the reason why Howie let him go was because he had so much belief in Keely Ringo. Obviously, we know at this point that was a miss. So we're now getting the Ja'Cory Bennett's and the Adoree Jackson. I'll be honest, if Adoree Jackson is on George Pickens week one, that's going to be an issue. Yep. So we got to just look at that and say, okay, can Ja'Cory Bennett week 3, week 4, similar to how Cooper DeJean, like last season after the bye week, he came on, it was over. Same thing with Ja'Cory Bennett. We'll see if, later down the line, he goes out here, starts, and is a service.
Week 2.
Yeah, I don't need you to be Darius Slay. I don't expect that. Yeah. I don't think anybody that we go and get now at this point is going to be what Darius Slay was. But you still were like a guy that isn't burnt toast every single time, man.
Serviceable.
Like that. Serviceable, bro. Yeah, that's the word. So that's the guy, Darius Slay. Not Darius Slay, Isaiah Rodgers and Jahai Campbell.
Sis, you in there yet?
What's up, y'all? Yeah, I'm gonna have to ditto MJ. Obviously Jahai, that was a big question with the Nakobe Dean going down. And then obviously we seen what Vic Fangio can do with these linebackers. Like, we already know he got the sauce when it come there. But just Jahai, like, falling to us, it was just giving God made. Him being local to the area, his charisma, like his personality, attitude, all that is like perfect for the team. Yeah, I mean, he's a Swiss Army knife. Like, we throwing him anywhere on the field, he being effective. Jalen Hurts was saying how when Jahai is on the field, like, he could feel him. Like, so for Jalen to be saying that about a rookie, that's crazy. And then obviously we lost a lot on this defense. So just having somebody that we can be excited about, like, that we already know is going to be an instant impact player, like, from day one, that's big. And then same, I got to go with Rodgers / Slay. I mean, the biggest question mark right now is cornerback 2. Like, we don't even, depth chart came out today. They don't even know who's starting. Like, they got backslashes on the depth chart. And like, we got a game next week. Somebody got to cover Pickens. Somebody got to cover CD Lamb. So, yeah, I mean, that hurt not bringing back Slay or Rodgers. I know Rodgers wasn't like always perfect, but we knew what we was going to get with Rodgers. Rodgers has been in this system. We know he can make plays. We know he could look good on this defense. So just going into week 1 with an unknown at corner, when we got all this freaking firepower of wide receivers we got to play in these 4 weeks, like that's crazy.
Let's go, Leo.
Okay. I'm sorry. I was listening to Simone and MJ, and I'm the same way, the same too. You know, I think that Isaiah. I honestly thought that Isaiah, when the way we acquired Isaiah Rodgers was on some, people forgot he was on the team. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, oh, there's the succession plan for Slay. You know what I'm saying? And then I thought that and looking at and Jahad Campbell too, you know, because historically linebacker was a position of need, and it was also because I wasn't too confident in the Kobe Dean being able to stay healthy, you know, considering this, you know, this is like what, the 3rd year out of the 4 he's been hurt, you know, so it's like, but when he plays, he's great, you know, it's just he's always getting hurt. So that was something else that I thought was tough as well.
All right, JC.
Yo, hey, look, I'm going to say KP, man. You know what I mean? Keeping Kevin Patullo. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that is a big win for the Philadelphia Eagles, right? He did not go away. And I'm just keeping a guy that's been in the system the past 3-4 years with Nick Sirianni, even AJ Brown. All the guys love the fact that they kept him and elevated him to offensive coordinator. I feel like that our offense is not going to miss a beat. So with that being said, the addition of, you know, AJ Dillon and my guy Darius Cooper, you know, I feel like the offensive side has gotten better from last year. So those 3 are my biggest addition. I know you try to say 1, but I had to be greedy. You know what I mean? The offensive coordinator, Darius Cooper, and AJ Dillon. Those 3 guys are going to play a big role on the offensive side this upcoming season.
And then the guy to the left. The guy that left, JC. Who you mad that left?
Yeah.
No one. Like, honestly, no one. No, because like I see what Howie Roseman saw. Like, we was getting frustrated as Eagle fans watching Chauncey Gardner play safety. That is not his natural position. First of all, he's too aggressive. I feel like that this Eagles team does not have a natural safety that like plays deep, that could see, okay, hey, this guy is going deep. Let me actually just play within my, you know, a perimeter. But I think Chauncey Gardner was too aggressive, and he got beat so many times that Vic Fangio was like, this is not the guy I want. So do you think that Howie Roseman would get rid of a player that Vic Fangio said, hey, let's keep?
Well, that's been, if you think about it, if you remember what the talk was about Vic Fangio leaving Miami, the talk was most of the veteran players, it was either you liked him or you didn't like him. There's no in between with Vic Fangio. And a lot of the veteran players don't take too well to that old school way of coaching that Vic Fangio has. And then there's a lot of players, i.e. look at the Georgia guys, they like being coached hard like that. They respond very well to it. So it's a either or when it comes to how players respond to a Vic Fangio. But I take the thing about it is that if you're a new player or even a veteran who is coming to the team, the one thing that Vic Fangio now has that he didn't have before is he got receipts and credibility in terms of for why he teaches and coaches the way he listen. If Vic Fangio said your name out loud to the reporters, then you somebody, you did something. You see what I'm saying? That reminds me of JJ when Jim Johnson was the defensive coordinator. If he said your name, you was somebody. You did something. Don't know what the hell you did, but for that man to mention your name like that, and just know the Eagles historically, right or wrong, they are known. They've gained the reputation for being known for moving on for what they perceive to be a mistake. They'll move quick on it. Say, look, Vic Fangio ain't give a goddamn what they gave up for Bryce Huff. You ain't doing what you're supposed to do. You got to go. Bye. You know what I'm saying? You got to, you like, whether we liked it or not, Devin White, you know what I'm saying? Kaiser, all of them, don't got, bye. He don't care. If you're not going to do it the way up to a particular type of standard, and the result is, look, man, he took that defense from 26 at the beginning of the season to number 1 at the end of the season.
The difference was between the Dolphins and the Philadelphia Eagles. Those players were lazy. They was just complaining about how hard they were being coached. Chauncey Gardner, we never heard, so I'm not going to, try to put dirt on his name. We never heard any complaints about him complaining how hard he was being coached or this and that. It was just on the field. Chauncey Gardner is a playmaker. He considered himself a playmaker. So sometimes he might take the wrong step, right? But Vic Fangio, the old school style, he was like, yo, I don't care what you think you see. Trust the system. And just like Bill Belichick, do your job. But he was trying to do a little bit too much, and he ended up getting beat and burnt over the top. So I think that's why mostly that they kind of got rid of him, because there's no way you get rid of him a year after you sign him, right? Especially if he wasn't complaining about his contract, right? That's the rumor. He was not complaining about his contract. So why would you get rid of him if it wasn't something that was not going right in a defense that Vic was like, you know what? I kind of could do better if I had someone younger that would listen to me.
Well, you got to remember
to bounce off that is my guy that I think, I'm happy that we brought on this team, and that's Makuba. Like, I know he's been hurt early, but Makuba, my guy, is one of those cats out there that kind of give me that vibe where he's going to be a big play guy. He's going to make the hits, going to make the interceptions when they need to be made. You know what I'm saying? He seems like a big time safety that health is right now early. I don't really, fault him from getting hurt. Like, he's going against grown man. He's not college no more. You're in the big leagues now. You got the best team. You're going to get some of the best players in the league right now. You're going to get nicks and banks. You probably got to adjust your training schedule, your diets, all that good stuff that you hear all the rookies talk about throughout the season. But I think if he can stay healthy this season for us, that's the reason why there's a slash by his name. You know what I'm saying? Because it says Sidney Brown / Makuba, because it might not be week 1 where we see it, but same way Cooper DeJean lit it up last year. It might be week 3, week 4, something like that by the time it happened, but Makuba will be our starter. And I think he can be even better than CJGJ, moving forward this year. So, that is the guy I'm happy that came. You guys say CJ, and I know this guy that I really, mad that he left, but I feel like he had to get paid, and we weren't going to pay him. So that's really the reason why he left. But that's Josh Sweat, man. Josh Sweat was a Philly drafted player. You know what I'm saying? Like, he did lead the team in sacks last year.
Yeah.
He was that defensive line. I thought we could at least gave him some money. We weren't going to give him that kind of money that he deserved and got, but it'd been awesome if we could have found a way to pull some strings to bring him back. Because every single season, Josh Sweat got better for us. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And he was the leader of that defensive line last year. He
9 of the 11 starters were people we drafted in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's a testament to, now you see how how much they trust the coaching staff. You know, I trust that Christian Parker going to get the secondary combination right. You know what I mean? And I think to your point about Makuba is that he's a smarter version. He could be a smarter version of Vic Fangio, but CJ just probably, it was like listening to you talk about CJ, it was like, it reminded me of what the issues was between Bill Belichick and Asante Samuel. It's Asante Samuel never shut up in practice. Never. He always has something to say. And him and CJ and Asante, they give me that sense like they cut from that same piece of cloth, and it just rubs people the wrong way, like a Vic Fangio. But yeah, and you get the result that you got. You got to go. It's the coach's way.
So let's get. Oh, go ahead.
And while CJ, wasn't perfect, he was still good for us. He was still
perfect. He was perfect for
us. Let's not get it twisted.
Let's not get it twisted. Yeah. So I do look at it and I say, okay, we got to trust Makuba. Okay, Makuba hurt. You got to trust Sidney Brown. On the other side, too, the guy that they traded for with the Texans, Kenyon Green, already cut.
He's on the practice squad, yeah.
But like he wasn't even good enough to even make the first 553. Like he ain't do nothing. He was hurt in camp. He ain't show stout nothing. And then with Sidney Brown and Makuba, if these guys aren't up for the moment, now it's looking like a real miss. With all right, cool. You think you could do better without CJ, but if the thing that you get after CJ isn't it, you look back at it and you say, well, shoot, every year CJ's here, you're going to get 6 picks. He going to bring that fire back.
In the Super Bowl.
I don't think it's a coincidence that the season he wasn't here, we was getting punked. The 49ers was punking us. Like, these teams saw us as soft. So while I'm very optimistic about Andrew Makuba and he got to stay healthy, if him or Sidney Brown, if they not that, I'm looking at this and be like, that was a miss, Howie. You ain't perfect all the time. You feel me? Like, you're still one of them guys, still the best GM in the league. But, you missed a couple of times, and that's a miss.
Mm-hmm. All right, let me get your thoughts on hey, before we move on. Hey, MJ, let me get your thoughts about bringing back Marcus Epps.
I think that's an interesting move because a former Eagle at the same time, I thought Justin Simmons was coming. And like,
I did too.
Gio, look, he's been coaching damn near 2 times as long as I've been alive. Like, he know more than me how these are the guys that they're in the building, in practice. I'm sure if Vic Fangio wanted Justin Simmons, they would have got him.
Yeah.
I don't know why he doesn't want him, but that's another story of another day. So I think it's a good depth piece in terms of, like I said, if Sidney Brown or Andrew Makuba aren't ready, you got to vet that at the very minimum is going to be a serviceable guy that isn't going to just jack everything up. But if Marcus Epps is out there, I'm going to be like, what's going on while we trade CJ?
Yeah.
And shout out for the $5 super chat. He says, CJ was one player who didn't trust his brothers. He's a phenomenal player, but he was undisciplined. Got scored on more than any other DB. And like we talked about that earlier too as well. But at the end of the day, he still is a baller. But what MJ was talking about the whole we have missed without the CJ Gardner-Johnson for like the aggressiveness and what you're talking about. Like he brings that, that dog mentality to the field. I feel like the reason why we were able to get rid of him because we have so many other players. The year that we, lost the Super Bowl, we came back and we were getting pumped by the Niners in the game type stuff. Who was it? It was a Bradbury getting punked before the pregame. Yeah, we didn't have that fire then, but I feel like with the Jalen Carters or with the Quinyon Mitchells, with all these other cats that we do have on our roster now, it wasn't as big as a need anymore to keep them. in terms of that aggressiveness. Because we got dogs down that are very aggressive and ready to go, tear heads off people. We did need him, for the beginning of the year just to get that morale back. But I think now we do got them Georgia Bulldogs, and them Alabama Roll Ties out there that, got that aggressiveness.
Oh, hold on real quick. Hey, fellas, listen, do not pay him any mind. That's Vinny Hagan. He's a Cowboys fan. Okay. This is one of my boys from one of my channel. Like, Vinny, ignore him, y'all. I told you. Check on your Cowboy friends. Okay. They are not okay. They are all going through the different phases of mourning. There's the sadness, there's the rage. They're all going through it. So just ignore these people. It's okay. Just hold them up in prayer. That's all. Okay. Sorry about that, Donald.
Well, let's get to this Cowboys game, guy.
Lord have mercy.
I want you guys to let me know. I know Micah Parsons is traded. I think we can start off with that. How big of an effect for this game? This should be a simple answer for everybody, but how big of an effect do you think it is about Micah Parsons, for one? And for two, do you think, there's any real, matchup you're looking at that that's going to be a problem for us coming into week one? So we can go around. You want to start back with Tom again?
Yeah. So this super chat first before you boom well. So we wanted to come back.
That to super chat? Okay, yeah. It says Super Bowl and CJGJ don't correlate. Those horrible coordinators is why the Eagles didn't reach the Super Bowl. No scheme is why we were getting punked. Okay. Yeah. Thank you for the $5 super chat. I do agree with some of that because JG sucked in the Super Bowl. Jonathan Gannon was horrible in the Super Bowl in terms of what he called. So I do understand that one.
Yeah, so I think Micah Parsons is definitely a big loss for the Cowboys. It's not only a big loss on the field, but morale-wise, it's just a bad look the way that whole thing went down. And I think so close to the season, you don't want all that going down and kind of tainting the culture that's trying to be rebuilt by a new head coach and kind of a new direction of where they're going. So, I mean, I guess that was the message they wanted to send, or maybe it just ended up that way with the way the negotiations went. But nonetheless, it's bad energy. So I think that's just a dark cloud hanging over them. And in terms of the matchup that might be a problem for us, I know everyone's going to, point to the cornerback too, but this one's on Vic Fangio. If our second cornerback like Jacorian Bennett or Keely Ringo or Dory Jackson, whoever ends up out there, if he gets exposed, then that's on Fangio just as much, because we have two good cornerbacks in Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean. So it's a chess match. You got to find ways to not have George Pickens find a way or CeeDee Lamb find a way to get on that third corner. We have to have Cooper DeJean and Quinyon Mitchell take away their top two targets for most of the game. Obviously, it's going to happen here and there, but play zones, do different things to make sure that it doesn't, burn us and have, a situation where we've seen in the past guys like, Byron Maxwell or, those terrible corners. I mean, James Bradbury 2 years ago was exactly that. He stood out like a sore thumb. So I'm banking on Vic Fangio to cover that up, but that's obviously the matchup everyone's looking for. I'm looking for Vic Fangio to have a solution for it.
MJ?
I'm looking at the Cowboys are hustling backwards. And it's hilarious that they're doing this, because how do you sign Dak Prescott, paying him what the Eagles, bro? The Cowboys are paying Dak Prescott what the Eagles are paying for Jalen Hurts, AJ Brown, Zach Bond. It's like 5 players. I can include Saquon Barkley. Like, the ineptitude that the Cowboys organization has, like, it's insane. And again, you trade away your best player. Like, when you've had opportunities to trade Dak, who's a mid quarterback being paid like a top 5 guy. It don't make sense to me.
The top guy. Yeah.
And then in this game, their whole morale is going to be shot. I saw Donovan Ezeraku post on his Instagram a mad emoji. I feel you, bro, but you got a game in 6 days. You got a lot in. So you look at that. Land Dickerson is practicing. Like all the vibes on the Eagles side is positive, high energy. Darius Cooper, undrafted guy. I mean, you got AJ Brown saying, all right, bro, you're going to need a new number. Like the vibes are great. I'm looking at the game. I think we'll do a number. I think Saquon Barkley is going to run down their throat, and you're looking at this, and he's going to keep going, and they're going to be out of life by the end of the first quarter. Defensively, I'll give Dak and CD and Pickens, like, they'll definitely do their thing, but that's the only thing that they can do because they have no run game, and I don't trust their offensive line that's been banged up. So is a guy like Adoree Jackson, who's probably going to start opposite the Quinyon Mitchell, is he going to have himself a long day? Yeah, probably. But what Dak does, bro, is he's Mr. Garbage Time. When he's down 30 points, he is the best quarterback in the league. Look at that playoff game. Because when it really mattered in the first half, he was terrible. Now they're down by 50 points, and now he wants to throw all these passing yards. So it might be a game where we win 40-10, and Dak has 350 passing yards and maybe a touchdown. Maybe it's 40-14. He got 2 passing touchdowns. So I think we'll give up that. But if you're an Eagles fan, don't be worried by the passing yards that the Cowboys have. We're still young in our secondary. It's going to be some valleys that we go through in the beginning. We get some breaks, though, because the Chiefs are without Rashee Rice week 2. The Buccaneers, Chris Godwin, he's out. Matt Stafford, he's been banged up. So you might get some breaks early on. But if you do see this pass defense have some valleys, don't panic, because I was doing that last season. After that Buccaneers game, I was like, hey, we're 2-2. This defense is terrible. But you know what, Vic Fangio, with these guys, they stick to his system. Come November, come December, this defense plays its top form.
Facts.
Sis?
Yeah, I mean, we always know Dallas gonna have some drama over there. Like with what player, we don't know, but we know every offseason during the season, it's gonna be some drama over there. This episode just happened to be brought to you by Micah Parsons. I'm not really like at this point, I'm like, I don't even know what to think because Dallas was out the way with or without Micah Parsons. Like, come on now. They wasn't a threat to us with or without him. So it's not even like I'm super moved by the fact that Micah isn't playing on Thursday. Because even if he was, Dallas was still food. You know what I mean? So I am like a little bit annoyed they sent him to the Packers. But that is what it is. As far as this game goes, I feel like we just have to be patient with this defense because at the end of the day, our offense is going to overpower Dallas. It's going to be way too much early on. But, you know, Dallas, they're going to put up some points. I think we're going to win by like maybe 13, 14 because of the fact that we have so many new guys on this defense, so many guys in new roles or just new players on this team in general. We do have their biggest strength is our biggest weakness. It's going to be their passing game. And our biggest weakness right now is Adoree, Keeley, / Ja'Cory and Bennett. So at the end of the day, Dallas, they're going to be able to string together some drives. They're going to be able to put up some points. But I still think we're going to win comfortably. But we got to be patient with this defense because even outside of cornerback 2, this defense got a lot of new moving parts. Like it's going to be 5, and it might be 5 from week 1, but it might take some time. So we just got to be a little bit patient.
Leo?
I will say I agree with Simone on the score. And the thing about it is, in terms of having beat them by 13, 14 maybe, but if that should happen, that's still a win for the Cowboys. You know, the problem with the Cowboys fan base right now is that even before this trade went down, they knew that they were going to lose to us. They just didn't want to be embarrassed. That was the thing. And now that Micah's not on the team, there's a higher degree of being embarrassed by playing, you know, on a night that we raised the Super Bowl banner, and this just happened because, again, Jerry made them go through that whole experience the entire summer. They had to deal with that the whole summer just to get to the end and be told that he's traded. And then it's also great, and I preferenced everything with, isn't this the greatest Cowboys hate week ever? Because we didn't even have to do nothing to smash their morale. Micah did it for us. They do it. They've been a dumpster fire the last few years. You know, every time they lost in the playoffs or to go to the playoffs, it takes the fan base a little bit longer to come back the following year. This right here may have broken a lot of that. The Cowboys fan base hasn't been this splintered in a generation. And now that it's like this, I have every intentions on being insufferable, you know, and so I'm enjoying it. So long live Jerry Wayne Jones. I love what he's doing. He needs to keep doing a really good job. And as far as Micah Parsons is concerned, in terms of the NFC East, all I have to say is good riddance. You know what I'm saying? But he has helped open the window of opportunity in Green Bay, and I hate that. So they're definitely going to be a factor when we see them in the playoffs.
Shoot, on the playoffs. Hey, we play them week 12? I think?
Week 12, right after our bye. Yeah, I get that. But we're going to be consistently seeing them in the playoffs. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Look, I think that this trade for the Dallas Cowboys have more meaning for towards their emotional mindset than anything on the field.
Absolutely.
11-7, 7-11 was the real thing. Like Trayvon Diggs stood next to Micah Parsons when Micah Parsons was giving his interview, and Trayvon Diggs was shaking his head like a bobblehead. Like everything Micah Parsons was saying, he was agreeing with. And Dak Prescott, yes, he's an offensive player, but he as a captain of the team, he even said, "Oh shoot, I have no confidence. I have all confidence that Micah's going to be on the team." And to get this shocker a week out, the team right now is trying to prepare for the Philadelphia Eagles, trying to prepare for banner night, our emotional night, or we don't want to let our fans down night, or we cannot lose. We better not lose night. Absolutely. So now you about to come into our house. We're not going to their house. You about to come to our house where we raise the banner. You know, we're emotional. These players are ready to roll. Like, they are over the Super Bowl already. I'm tired about the Super Bowl talk. Like, you know what I mean? I'm so spoiled right now. I'm like, all right, and let's move on to next season already. So imagine now, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, all these guys, Barkley, Jalen Hurts won't even wear his ring. This dude is ready to move on. So now with y'all drama, y'all emotional leader on defense, y'all best pass rusher, to trade for a defensive tackle that couldn't even help y'all stop the run when you played against us.
Yeah.
That makes no sense to me. So now they're even weaker up front. Yeah. Like, there's no pass rusher besides over Sean, whatever they have.
Well, remember, he started off, he tore up his knee. So he's not even going to be playing. They don't get him to the middle of the season or 6 games into the season. Yeah.
So I think that this is going to be more emotional for the Dallas Cowboys. After the first drive, the Philadelphia Eagles going on an 8 to 10 play drive. The first possession, you go down and score, they done. Their whole season is going to be over because right off the bat, they're going to be like, damn, we got this guy. Our best defensive player is gone. We can't stop nobody on defense. It's already over for them before it even gets started. So
this
has nothing to do on field. This has to do more, psychological, type of vibe to me.
Though, don't forget, you made them have to deal with the documentary coming out and then being out all summer.
Yeah.
You made them have to deal with this whole thing with Micah. In the meantime, in their eyes, the ops is you gotta dig for information on Jalen. No one would have ever known that Jalen Hurts' lock screen picture was him coming off the field if someone hadn't reached over his right shoulder and took a picture, a screenshot of his phone sitting on a desk. He didn't advertise that. No one would have ever known that Jalen Hurts was out there talking to Michael Jordan because someone took pictures and saw them together or whatever. He didn't advertise that. No one would have ever known or put two and two together if that Jalen Hurts never put his ring on at all during the ring ceremony until people started looking at all the pictures and no one figured out. Someone figured out he does not have that ring on at all. That's the thing about Jalen that I love most is that you know again he have his little sayings and stuff like that, but that dude has kept it all the way a buck from day one. Let's keep the main thing the main thing. And me living in Market, I tell you, that's what I'm saying. There are things that it throws these people off up here a lot when it comes to him. You know, he says, yes, ma'am, no, sir. Yes, sir, no, ma'am. He talks like that. That throws him off a bit. You know, 94 WIP just don't know what to make of him. And it's the PTSD from McNabb and T.O. But look, everyone, Simone, nice to meet you, sweetheart. I got to run because I got to take a trip on the other side of town. But thank you for having me on. And to those on the Bird section, please, if you haven't already, please like and subscribe to the Bird section and to Bird Gang 31. You know, look out for Simone, look out for JC, and look out for Tom. And I look forward to working with y'all some more. Okay.
Before I get out of here, give us a score prediction.
I'm gonna say too much to not enough.
Damn. Too much to not. I like that one.
Yeah,
I like that one.
Way too much to not enough. Look, they're gonna get smashed. I know I said my thing about we got a emotional team. I just want us to get out healthy. You know what I'm saying? They could be so emotional. You might get one that's so emotional he just want to hurt somebody and fuck up our season because their season gonna be fucked up. They know what they got. Look, you did this to them, and you're gonna make them stand there and watch us raise that damn banner. What kind of some bullshit? They're gonna be sitting there looking at us like this some bullshit. I'm about to fuck up their season. Let me go tear up Jalen's knee or something. Now, who the bad guy now? They be petty like that. You know what I'm saying? They be petty. We got children coming. We're gonna be playing kids, and the score will be reflective of it. I just want us to get out healthy.
All right, man. Hey, good to you. Make sure you guys go hit that like, hit that subscribe. You know, he's definitely growing pretty fast there. Make sure.
Thanks for having me on, y'all. Y'all have a good one.
Hey, and with this Michael Parsons thing for me, it's just like this. Like, it's a bad move for the Cowboys. Obviously, you know, I feel like 2 first-round picks when you go into a contending team. You know, you're looking at late-round picks, so that doesn't really help your team. You know, immediately over the next year or two. I do want to say that part of the trade that's a little bit underrated is, you know, they got Clark, who's a really good DT in the league. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not like a superstar, but he's not a scrub either. You know what I'm saying? He can help with that run game because that is the biggest problem that they had there. Was the run game.
Top 100?
What?
Did
Clark make top 100?
Yeah.
No, he didn't. But who cares? Jordan Davidson made the top 100. He's one of the best run-stopping DTs in the game. You're missing my point. My point is he is a good run-stopping DT. You know what I'm saying? And he might not be the pass rusher, but, you know, they do got some other guys that line back over there that maybe they feel really confident about. But like I said, to me, it's a lose-lose situation because that was one of Green Bay's best defensive linemen, too, that they just gave away for a guy like Michael Parsons that can't stop the run. So, yes. Pretty much a push. In terms of the effect on the game, obviously that's going to be huge, dude. Lane Johnson can play the game with one arm if he wants to the rest. You know, this week, you know, he gets like an early bye week because there's not another pass rusher on that defense like Michael Parsons that he has to worry about this week. And I'm glad we don't have to pay Michael Parsons twice a year anymore. That's another big benefit there. You know what I'm saying? We do get to see him in week 10 against the Packers, but you know, I'm not really worried about that too much. But the fact that he's not in our division no more definitely helps us out. This game, his effectiveness game, the effectiveness game, I already thought it was going to be a win regardless. I thought we were going to be able to go in there, handle our business just because we are the better team, better coach team, better put together team, all that good stuff. And the fact that you guys lost Michael Parsons just changed it from a good win to probably a blowout. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I feel about it. It went from a good win to probably a blowout because it's too fast. You less than 7 days away. You're 7 days away. You trade your best player on defense. It's like that's too fast for anybody to make adjustments and think that they're going to go out there and beat the world champions. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I really feel about that. I think that Dallas sucks, and that's the reason why they do stupid stuff. And this is the dumbest thing. And then, even the value of the trade, like 2 first-round picks that are going to be late picks and a Clark. When have you ever seen a number one defense, like one of the top 5 defensive players get traded? I think they said something about Adams got traded for more than what Michael Parsons got traded for. So I think, thank you, Jerry, for being who you are and continues, being the GM of them Dallas Cowgirls so we can keep beating you down. Because I had the Cowboys possibly pushing, for a second, pushing Washington because I think Washington will take a step back a little bit, pushing Washington for second place in the division, but I don't see that happening anymore.
Hey, do y'all know about this comment that keeps popping up? George Pickens got hurt.
I didn't hear that.
Pickens got hurt? When did this happen?
Today, I guess, in practice, whatever.
And if Pickens got hurt, then yeah, because that would be even more horrible for him, for sure. That'd be lights out for sure, man. They might not even want to come to the game if you ain't got your second best receiver and your starting best player on defense. So, what do you guys think will make the impact that no one's talking about in this first week?
Yo, hey, Jordan Davis, man. Hey,
yeah.
Game 31.
Don't you, my guy? I've been pumping Jordan Davis up all season long, baby. People starting to really recognize.
Only because he has to. He has to rise up. This season is Jordan Davis season, or he's getting traded next. Well, this upcoming offseason. All right. Howie Roseman is not going to pay him. Like Jomo is waiting behind him. And I'm pretty sure that Ty Robinson and all these guys. So if he does not go out from game 1 and start balling out and help his counterpart out, Jalen Carter, to take the pressure off of him, I think he's going to be gone. So he came into camp as light as possible, as feeling good. Been over 4 years? It took 4 years? But it took 4 years to get here. But he's here now.
Because he's been great at run stopping the whole time.
That's why I don't understand why he got all this pressure on him.
What? What do you mean, Simone?
Like, why does Jordan Davis got all this pressure on him? This extra pressure on him?
Because it's contract year.
But I'm saying I feel like he's been doing solid though. Like, why is it like we need
for a top 10 draft pick though?
But what we drafted him for was to be a run.
No. Have he lived up to a top 10 draft pick?
It's not about the draft position. At this point, it's about what he does for the team, regardless of where he was picked. And like he does his job effectively. So like regardless of the draft position.
I agree because our run defense that year that we did go to the Super Bowl, our run defense was still trash.
Wait a minute. So you telling me that you drafting a top 10 guy to not make an impact and to show up once in a while? What are y'all smoking?
He's getting double teamed every single play, regardless, just because his size alone. What are you talking about, JC?
He barely played, though. He's barely on the field for 30% of the snaps. So what are you talking about? He better be,
We play a lot of pass-happy teams. So, yeah, that's the reason why.
But JC,
whenever we play any of the top Russian teams, Jordan Davis is out there more than 30% of the time. It's only when we play in the pass-happy teams where you see less Jordan Davis.
My only thing is it don't matter where Jordan Davis was picked at this point. The debate is not whether he should have been picked top 10 or not. The debate is he essential to this team? And the answer is yes, meaning he should have a spot on this roster going forward.
But the money will determine.
He's not going to get
10.
no top. He know he not.
Well, that's
that
the
money.
thing, though. See, that's the problem, right? He's a top 10 draft pick automatically.
He's not going to be expecting that money, though. He is not going to be expecting no Jalen Carter money. He's not going to be expecting that.
But if he goes out and have a Milton Williams type of year, with Milton Williams literally went to the Patriots and was one of the highest paid Patriots in their whole history. So don't you think that a defensive tackle that people are looking for to stop the run, if he go out and have one career good year, he's not going to be looking for at least,
but it'd be better for us if he didn't, because then we could get him for the low.
But I think
we back where we started.
But I think what
we
Big
just
Dan
need him
really
to
was
keep doing
saying,
what he's been doing.
He's not in a contract year.
Rotational piece that's stopping the run. That's all we need JD to
you said he's not in the contract year this year?
He's not in a contract year. This is his 4th season, and he's got a 5th-year option because he was a first-round pick.
Yes, correct. Like Micah Parsons, though, right? You know what I mean? Because he was a first-round draft pick. Like, usually, if you're him, you get paid, after, this upcoming season. And that's why Micah is in a situation that he's in. So if Jordan Davis go out and ball out, he's not going to play
then
on a season on 1-year deal.
Right. So then he would have proven you wrong and balled out. Your point is that he hasn't really been worth the money. And so but then in your scenario here, you're worried that he's going to show that he's worth the money. I'm kind of confused.
Oh, no. I want him to show that he's worth the money now. You know what I mean? So this is what.
Okay. But he hasn't yet, to your opinion. He hasn't.
No, absolutely not. But Bergen and Simone think he has lived up to that top 10 pick.
Well, he hasn't.
He has not lived up to a top 10 pick, but he does his job.
Yeah,
and we need to keep him on the team to do.
Like, what's really living up to, and what's really looking at living up to a top 10 pick?
We drafted.
There's a lot of top 10 picks that are garbage.
We drafted him high. Yeah, we drafted him high, and he's not a complete bust, but he's almost like just good enough to where you probably can get away with paying him for, the role that he does play, which is lower than a premium. And I think, if he plays a certain way this year, you probably let him play on that 5th-year deal and then extend him after that. But I think they do extend him after this year. I just don't think it's going to be like a marquee deal because they play him in a role where it's not going to allow for him to be that kind of viewed in the league as a $40 million a year
player in the league. Yeah,
or viewed in a short term, probably a 2 to 3 year deal. He's probably going to sign an extension with the Eagles, and it'll probably be worth, probably around in the 20s million per year. But I don't think they're going to have to give him a 45 like they're going to have to give Jalen Carter.
But see, how much did Milton Williams get from the Patriots?
Well, Milton Williams is like a high upside pass rushing defensive tackle, which is a whole that's a different. You're paying different for a guy like that.
Yeah, but he only kind of showed like 1 year, really, though. He only kind of like flashed 1 year where.
Yeah, I think he got overpaid.
Year was his breakout year.
I personally think that was a mistake, but that's what happens when a team wins the Super Bowl and a guy has such a great game on a Super Bowl stage. He'll go get overpaid. So in reality, the Eagles pretty much have to extend Jordan Davis coming out of this season if they want to. But the thing is, he's under team control, so like. A team can't he couldn't hit free agency after this season.
Yeah,
because he's Tom. What do you think is the guy?
Your option, so he's not going to demand a trade or anything like that either. He's a good dude. So.
Nah, I don't think none of our players like on the Philadelphia Eagle team that actually was drafted by Philly. Like if you look at the history, people that come to play here either free agency or got drafted, they want to stay here, right? Josh Sweat, right? All on the trade block, all last year. Last year, he was like, hey, look, I'll bet on myself. Give me a discount. I stay here.
Goddard did it this year.
Goddard did it. You know what I mean? Josh Sweat did it. Like, you know what I mean? Yo, we have guys like,
yeah. So
you
I
know,
would get to that when it with the Jordan Davis thing. I would just get to that when it comes. Like
Yeah.
it's going to depend a lot
He's not
on
gonna be banging on the door
how he
for the money.
plays and all that. But I think they keep him in a role that protects him from being exposed as someone that would get paid, and he is a really integral part to the team. I think that I think we can get him for a deal that works for
Who's your
what the
guy?
role he is.
Who's your guy, Tom? Who do you think? He said Jordan Davis. Who do you think gonna be the guy no one's really talking about that makes an impact this week one?
Oh, I think Will Shipley and AJ Dillon as the spellbacks to Saquon Barkley. I'd like to see AJ Dillon get a couple carries inside the 10 near the goal line, and Will Shipley I think can be a little bit of a safety valve underneath, get involved in the receiving game, and help Hurts out in that way on a big third down. And I think that we're going to see some action from the backup running backs.
Ooh, I like that, Tom. I like that. Simone, who do you think?
I'm gonna say hopefully one of these pass rushers, not named Nolan, not named Jalix, because we lost a lot off the edge. We have barely heard anything. Excuse me, from Aziz and Josh Uche, and we talking a lot about the secondary, but we lost a lot coming off that edge. So yeah, I want to hear Aziz's name. I want to hear Uche name. We already know what we got in Nolan and Jalix, but those are two guys we already had. We lost two. We need two to step up.
Nice. And I'm gonna go with a guy none of you guys said, Jahan Dotson. I think Jahan Dotson is gonna ball out this first game. You know what I'm saying? You watched him like level up, in the playoffs last year, finally get some targets. Jalen got to see him in action when he was hurt, and then he came into the playoffs, started throwing on the ball. He had a touchdown, Green Bay. The Super Bowl, he should have had a touchdown, had a couple of nice catches there. And he had some rapport in the offseason this year with Jalen Hurts that I think that, obviously Diggs is going to be on AJ. The second cornerback's going to be on Smitty. But Jahan Dotson really going to have a chance to open it up this year in general. But I think this game specifically, and Jalen Hurts going to let it rip to him because I think he trusts him now. Yes, before he didn't trust him. Now I feel like he trusts him. I think that's to be the guy that makes some big plays here this week. So, who do you think is going to be? Who do you think we have to worry about the most on the Cowboys?
Probably CeeDee Lamb, honestly.
Yeah.
He's the best player on the team. So,
CD.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Hey, CeeDee Lamb, man. I mean, because Dak Prescott, he's gone. You know what? Hey, no. George Pickens. Hey, let me go that way because if
Q right down, CD.
Yeah, if Q is on Lamb, then like Tom said from the beginning, MJ say from the jump, that's a scary matchup because Pickens could, he's a sneaky Devontae Smith, acrobatic catches, he's very good at catching the ball, and we already saw in the preseason how our second CB2 was not looking too good. So I'm interested to see that matchup. And I'm pretty sure if I'm the Cowboys offense coordinator, I'm not putting nobody in the slot. I'm not putting nobody, where Q's at. So I'm going to focus on the CB2. Hey, unless Q is traveling with Lamb, wherever, that side is with a CB2, I'm going after them. So Pickens to me will be the guy that we lose track of because of Lamb and,
At the moment, you said CD2 or what? You there?
Oh, my bad. Yeah, I'm definitely going with the wide receivers. I mean, Dak, he gonna come out there. He trying to prove something. Pickens trying to prove something because he trying to get paid himself. Dallas, again, they gonna be coming in. They gonna be trying to play spoiler, and their only hope is to air that thing out. And we know one thing that love to do is try to air that thing out. But shoot, it's gonna be something. Adoree, Keely, / Jacorian, they need to bite down on that mouthpiece. Okay.
I'm gonna say someone you guys didn't even talking about, and it might not even be an impact of the game, but I'm gonna just go out on a limb just to go a different route, and I'm gonna say Miles Sanders. Booby coming back to Philly.
Wait,
Booby
is he
coming
in the
back
team?
to Philly.
Wait, did he make the team?
Yeah.
He's their second guy.
He did?
I feel bad for Miles Sanders, bro. That's crazy. Coming back on our banner
Yeah.
night.
And he said every game is going to be
No.
personal.
He didn't say that. He didn't say that. That's some rumors stuff.
Every game is going to be personal with Booby, regardless if he said it or not. Okay? Regardless if he said it or not. We didn't want to pay the guy. His season has been trashed ever since.
Yeah, his
If
career.
there's one game he's going to try his hardest, his damn near the best game he probably get tested after the game from HGH. You know what I'm saying? Because he's going to want to go out there and dominate this game, man. And I'm telling you, man, like I know our run stopping, like Jordan Davis going to do his thing. I'm not really worried about it, but just to throw another person out there, I'm going to say boo because everything's personal. You know what I'm saying? This league is really cruel to people sometimes. And I think that now that he's on the Cowgirls, you're going to have to watch out for that run because everybody's expected to see the Lambs. Everybody expected. Oh, what's their tight end, too? He's a good guy, too.
Ferguson.
Jake Ferguson.
Ferguson.
Yeah,
Pickens. Everybody's expecting these are the guys we have to stop. Don't let
I feel like
Booty get loose.
I feel like Miles gonna come out. He gonna have like He gonna have like a 5-yard game. Then he gonna have like maybe he gonna get like a 6-yard game. We could be like, oh shoot, Booby, and then he gonna end up with like 35 yards.
Your
Because you gotta realize before Saquon,
game he had.
Miles had.
Look, he gonna have the same type of game he had in the Super Bowl. The last time we saw him play. All right. Irrelevant. Okay. So no factor.
I'm just saying that's my guy to watch out for. But shout out to all you guys. We're still 100 deep in here. Make sure you hit that like, follow Tom, subscribe to Simone, everybody that's on the platform, JC, BG, all of us go hit that like and whatnot. You know, spread this around to the rest of the Philadelphia nation. Before we get out of here, guys, I want to go 3 hot takes and a score prediction.
Three
3 hot takes. All right, I'll kick it off.
Yeah, I know y'all pulled deep for the hot takes now, but let's make them spicy. Let's make
It's
them
hot.
good.
Hey,
is
look.
hard.
Sizzling.
Come on, Smart. Come on, man. Come on, Smart.
It already be hard to come up with one.
Yeah, seriously.
One hot take. Come on, guys. The game. Y'all think it's gonna be that easy, or you ain't got no hot takes?
But 3 hot takes.
Yards, like
3, Simone. 1, 2, 3.
You can make up anything for hot take. Hot takes like, oh my God, Jalen goes over 400.
Okay.
Yeah, it's almost like a parlay, a bet, or something like that. You know.
Yeah.
All right. I'll say. First hot take is the Eagles secondary is going to have as many touchdowns in this game as the Cowboys receiving core.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about.
There's my first one. My second one is that the I'll say this. Jalen Hurts is going to win MVP this season. MVP of the NFL. That's my second hot. I don't know if people consider that a hot take. That's just pretty vague, but he's going to win MVP. And then my third hot take is that that we're going to be seeing Joe Milton in this game coming up, and we are going to see Sam Howell or Tanner McKee, whoever's ready to go in this game. We're going to see both backups play because it's going to be lopsided enough to where we're seeing snaps from the backups.
Damn.
That's why we love Tom, baby. That was nice. Talking about you couldn't think of 3 hot takes, my guy.
Oh, and then a score prediction. And then a score
Yes,
prediction.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, and then my score prediction also goes with my final hot take about seeing the backups. I'm gonna say we beat the Cowboys 38-17. to 16.
Woo!
Man, I like that.
Belt to ass. I like it.
I like that.
Simone, let's go.
I'm gonna say Keely Ringo, 3 picks.
Who? Wait, who? Wait a minute.
That hot take.
That's a hot take.
Wait.
I want to hear what
You said hot take.
Wait, yes. Yo, I understand. But are we benching our starters?
You said hot take.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, that's
Don't worry about
Dirt
JC.
toast.
Continue.
And that's okay. All right,
Continue,
go ahead,
Simone.
Simone.
So Keely Ringo, 3 pick sixes.
Oh my God! Stop.
3 picks.
Yo, I'm crying right
love
now.
it.
Did you
I
want
love
a
it.
hot
Keep
take
going,
or you
Simone.
want a regular take? You said a
No,
hot
keep
take.
going. Keep going, Simone. I love it. Keep going. Where's your other two?
Yo, I gotta
I'm
get
gonna say Darius Cooper, 5 tutties.
Okay, that's a little too far. Yeah, that's a little too
You
far.
said hot. Give me your
Let's read it
hottest
down.
take.
5 studies for Darius Cooper.
You said give me
What
your
the hell
hottest
AJ is
take.
gonna be?
Oh,
Okay. We right with the
Is that
hot
not
take.
what you
Go ahead.
said?
Now, go ahead. That's hot.
Oh, man. Oh. Yeah. Look, I try to stop it before she even got started. But go ahead, Simone. Hey, finish with your hot takes.
And I'm gonna say Saquon breaks the rushing record in this game.
Woo!
So we're gonna have a backup DBs in, and
No.
we're gonna have Saquon rushing for over 300 yards in the
No,
game.
the 2K record.
Oh, okay. So okay. Oh man.
Woo! What's your score position, Simone?
Oh,
I love
Is
it.
the score prediction and hot take or regular?
100-0 because Simone gonna come with the hot takes.
What you done said? We got Darius Cooper with 5 tutties. You got Saquon
Oh
rushing all over him.
yeah. So that's already what? 40 points.
Man.
Yeah, so you said the Eagle about to win 89-10.
Yo, I literally had to go get me a napkin to wipe my. Yo, I was crying.
You said, give me your hottest take.
Man,
That was you know what I'm saying? When you ask you to go big, you go big, my girl. But
All I'm doing is giving y'all what y'all asked for.
Oh man.
And what's your score prediction, Simone, with that?
And hey, you never know. My score prediction is hot takes aside. 30. I'm trying to do some math in my head. What's 24? 31. No. It be the football that
It's 6 a touchdown, 1 field goal.
Okay,
So you get 7 drives.
31. 32, excuse me. 32 to 13. No. 32 to 16.
16. All right. And JC, what you get?
Yo, why do I have to follow Simone after those hot takes? Yo, this is gonna be a hard act to follow, by the way, but I'm gonna try my best. All right. So one hot take is the Philadelphia Eagles will rush for over 250 yards in this game.
Is that a hot take? That's regular.
Okay, Philadelphia Eagles will work. You know what? Hey, you know what? I like that, Simone. I like being challenged. The Philadelphia Eagles will rush for over 300 yards in this game. Now, that would be like, I don't know what an NFL record is for a rushing, game in one game, but they'll be pushing it or probably break it. So I'm going to say the Philadelphia Eagles is going to rush for over 300 yards in this game.
Okay.
All right. So, but I'm going to go even deeper than that. I'm going to say that Jalen Hurts will break the quarterback rushing record in a game, this upcoming game, because Dallas Cowboys is going to try to focus on Saquon Barkley, and they're going to fall for the RPO. Barkley, and Jalen Hurts is going to rush himself for 200 yards. Woo-hoo-hoo!
Jalen Hurts 200 rushing yards.
200 rushing yards. So remember, the Eagles as a whole over 300, but Jalen Hurts 200 rushing yards. Now that's a hot take.
Which could
come true, by the way. You know what I mean? And they focus on Barkley. But I'm going to go a little bit farther. Dak Prescott will throw not one, not two.
Well, he's throwing 2 pick sixes to Ringo. So
not 4, but 5 interceptions in this upcoming game. Dak Prescott will throw 5 interceptions in this game. Like he will get benched after the 5th one. They should have benched him after the 3rd one, but they're going to try to say, you are quarterback. We paid you $60 million a year. So we're going to ride with you through the good time and bad time, and he's going to throw 5. And they're going to say, hey, take the, like Apollo with the, just drag him off the field. And the score prediction, look, I feel like because it's a rivalry game, you know what I mean? Regardless how bad a team is, this game is going to be 40-17.
I like it. Okay, my hot takes is going to be like this, simple and plain.
Oh boy, here we go.
Jalen Hurts will get his first 400-yard passing game. Jalen Hurts will be throwing for 400
really a hot
yards.
take? No, I mean, he threw
That's
for like
not a hot take.
He barely ever go for over 3.
No. How? Come on now. He threw for 3 something a couple times. So
a couple times in his whole career. I'm a Paris Hurts fan. I know he don't do it very often. So
No. That's not a hot take. You said 500 yards.
He ain't never had 400-yard game ever.
But he got like 320 something.
Listen, this is my hot take. Back up on me. Here we go. Jalen Hurts going for 400 yards, 4 touchdowns. His first game of the season.
That's not a hot take.
That's not a hot take.
450. 450, 4 touchdowns. Is that better for you?
No, it's not a hot take.
450?
No, it's not a hot take.
That's very hot. Listen, I don't care what you say. 450.
It's a little.
No, I'm going back to my hot. 450. 4 touchdowns. Jalen Hurts. Okay. The defense will have 8 turnovers this game. That's another hot take.
How many is Ringo getting?
Ringo gonna get you a 3, girl. Ringo gonna get you a 3, okay? I'm going to throw that out there for Simone.
And Ringo is going. Hey, another hot take I have. Ringo is going to get cut halfway through the game.
And then my third hot take is going to be Jordan Davis is going to get 3 sacks this game. 3 sacks.
Hot take, though?
Jordan Davis ain't never got 3 sacks in his life. Okay. In a game. So, yes, this is a very hot take. Jordan Davis will get 3 sacks this game. My score prediction is 49-7. Eagles destroy the Cowgirls.
Now that's the hot take. That's the only hot
Woo!
take.
It's gonna be nice, baby.
Only one. That's the only one.
Everything
else is like mid. Everything else is like mid.
Rocking with us, this whole time. We're running up on 2 hours. Hey, let's get our final thoughts and get out of here, guys. Final thoughts for you, Tom.
Hey, man, I'm looking forward to a great season. Looking forward to being there Thursday and seeing a lot of people tailgating, hanging out, and anyone out there going, shoot me a message and let's link up and go Birds, man. Nothing else to say.
Hell yeah! Make sure you go hit that follow on Tom on X, baby, because he's dropping jewels. Simone, hot takes. Last final words before we get out of here.
Yeah, can't wait for next week. Been had my outfit laid out since March, so ready to pull it out the closet and put that G on. Yeah, so my birthday is Friday, so a Eagles win on Thursday would be the perfect way to start my birthday weekend. So yeah, can't wait.
Happy birthday,
Early birthday.
JT.
Yo, hey, look, my final thought is this. This season is going to be challenging, folks. There's no back-to-back home games, 10 playoff teams from the previous season. We don't know how they're going to be this upcoming season, but 10 playoff teams from the previous season that we're facing. Just be patient, man. Like, this Eagles team is hard to repeat as Super Bowl champs, but don't panic. Do not panic. Do not start throwing, rocks, and don't call for nobody get fired and people to be. Just relax. It's hard to repeat. Remember, the 2018 Philadelphia Eagles, after they won the Super Bowl, they started 2-4. Like, they were awful, and we still made the divisional round, one catch away right through Alshon Jeffrey's hand from probably going to the NFC Championship game. So relax. It's a hard schedule, a long season, but do not panic. That's the only thing I said. Don't panic. No matter what the record is, you know that the Philadelphia Eagles always finish strong. They never let you down. They always finish strong. Regardless if we're tanking or not, we always finish strong. So don't panic. Just relax. Just support the team. Even the players are saying it. The players are even saying it. Hey, look, just if things don't go right the first 3, 4, 5, 6 games, don't try to turn against us. Just be patient. Just be, just support us. And everything's going to be all right. So, hey, I'm going to say the same thing. Just be patient. A kind of new offense a little bit, a couple new tweaks on defense, but you don't want your team to be hitting the hot streak the first 6 games of the season anyway to go 6-0, whatever. No, you want them to get hot at the right time, just like the Eagles got hot last year after the bye. So I'm not worried. So I'm telling y'all not to worry the first 6 to 8 games. Don't worry.
Scared money don't make money. The Eagles about to be belt to ass all season long. And listen to JC. That's why I am BG on the truth. I'm gonna tell you exactly what's about to go down. None of these teams can mess with us. None of these teams are on our level. The Eagles about to have one of the greatest seasons ever by a football team in history ever. I'm not gonna say we're gonna be the 17-0 Dolphins, but I'm gonna say we definitely about to dominate this year, better than any team have done recently. So you guys. Be ready for a fun, exciting season. All your favorite players will do their damn thing. Jalen Hurts will lead the way like a champion that he is. MVP season, like Tom said. And let's have fun this season. This season is about fun and respect and standing with our chest that the Eagles are the best team in the NFL, and no one's going to change that throughout the whole season. So let's go ahead, get to the Dallas Cowboys, go beat up on them, and get to the next stage. So let's go, guys. Fly, Eagles, fly.
The birds.
And we out. Peace.
There's a lot of cats getting shine that don't deserve it because they ain't do what Jalen Hurts did.
That's fair.
And at some point, your resume matters. And this man is a champion. Yeah. Is a champion who wins when it counts, produces when it counts. And oh, by the way, what way do you want him to do it? You want him to throw fun. You want him to run fun. It don't matter. He's going to do it. When you do it like that, and I know that I can count on you when it's time.